Have you ever had a project just stop because a critical shipment was late? Or maybe you've had to watch your profits disappear, forced to discount seasonal products that showed up way too late? Well, these are the painful, costly symptoms of a really misunderstood metric, lead time. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to master it and actually turn it into a powerful, strategic advantage for your business. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the hidden costs of waiting. Then we'll look at what lead time really includes, because it's a lot more than what you see in a supplier's quote. We'll explore the massive ripple effect it has on your business, compare the proximity advantage of Turkey, and then I'll show you exactly how to take control of your timeline. By the end, you'll see how this one little detail can become a huge competitive edge. All right, let's dive right into the problem. You can think of lead time as the very foundation of your supply chain. And if you get it wrong, it isn't just the small crack in the wall. No, it's a fundamental flaw that can bring the entire structure of a project crashing down. And for any business that relies on a smooth flow of goods, the consequences can be really, really severe. Does any of this sound familiar? You're waiting on a critical shipment, so your project is completely on hold. Your cash is tied up in inventory that you can't even touch yet. And your customers, they're getting impatient. You know, these aren't just one-off headaches. They're the direct result of underestimating one single, crucial factor: your total lead time. This is exactly why we need to start thinking about this differently. Managing lead time isn't just about tracking a package. It's about building a more resilient business, one that can operate with maximum efficiency and consistently deliver profits. And if you get this right, you're not just keeping up with your competition, you're going to leave them behind. Okay, so to manage lead time, we first have to really understand it. And, this is where it gets a little tricky. That number you see on a supplier's quote, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real story, the full story of lead time, is hidden in a series of connected steps that, honestly, are way too often overlooked. So let's be absolutely crystal clear on the definition that actually matters to your business. Total lead time is the entire duration, right from the moment you officially place your purchase order, all the way until those goods are physically in your warehouse, ready to be used or sold. Not at the port, not on a ship, in your hands. This breaks down that total time into 6 absolutely critical stages. And notice where it starts. It starts inside your own company, with your internal purchase order cycle. Then you've got production and quality control, local logistics and export docks, international shipping, customs clearance, and finally that last-mile delivery. Every single step adds time, and every single step is a potential source of delay. And here is the single most important takeaway from this section. When a supplier quotes a production lead time, they are very often only talking about one of these 6 steps. Your business, on the other hand, lives and dies by the total delivery lead time, which, as you now know, includes all 6. You have to get written confirmation of what's included to avoid some very costly surprises down the line. Now that we're all clear on what lead time actually is, let's explore how even a small miscalculation can send massive shock waves through your entire operation, from your production line right down to your bottom line. And believe me, the consequences are very real. For a construction company, a delay in Turkish ceramics can bring a multi-million-euro project to a dead stop, triggering huge penalties. For a fashion retailer, missing that seasonal launch means your brand new products arrive just in time to go on the clearance rack. It's a direct hit to your profits every single time. But the financial strain goes even deeper than that. You see, the longer your lead time, the longer your cash is completely tied up. You pay your supplier, and then you just wait for the goods to arrive so you can finally sell them and get paid yourself. This whole process, this extended cash conversion cycle, it ties up your essential working capital and really limits your ability to invest in growth. Your money is literally stuck in boxes on a ship. But here's a really critical insight. It's not always about raw speed. It's about predictability. A supplier who delivers in 6 weeks every single time is far more valuable than one who promises 4 weeks but often takes 8. That variability, that gap between the promise and the reality, is what forces you to hold expensive safety stock, and it creates hidden costs all throughout your business. So how do you get more speed and, even more importantly, more predictability? Well, for European businesses, a big part of the answer lies in simple geography. Let's take a look at how sourcing from Turkey can be a complete game changer for your lead time. This chart really lays it all out. When you're sourcing from Turkey, you're typically looking at a total lead time of 4 to 8 weeks. From East Asia, that timeline stretches out to 3 or 4 months, sometimes even longer.
The difference is just huge, and it has massive implications for how agile your business can be.
So what's driving this big difference? Well, the biggest factor is transit time. A truck can get from Turkey to most of Europe in just 3 to 7 days. A container ship from Asia? That takes 30 to 45 days, and that's just for the ocean voyage. But it's not just about speed. Turkish manufacturers are often much more agile, better equipped to handle the smaller, more frequent orders that modern businesses really need.
Let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. Take the fashion giant ASOS. When they were sourcing from Asia, they were dealing with a lead time of up to 170 days. I mean, think about that. That's nearly half a year from placing an order to making a sale. So much can change in the fashion world in 6 months. But by shifting a lot of their production to Turkish suppliers, they slashed that lead time to under 50 days. That is a massive reduction. It allowed them to react to fashion trends in real time instead of just guessing what customers might want 6 months from now. For a fast-moving industry like that, it's a game-changing advantage. And this isn't just about fashion. In the super high-stakes world of car manufacturing, Turkish suppliers are trusted to deliver parts for what's called just-in-sequence assembly lines in Europe. A delay here doesn't just mean a late product, it means shutting down an entire factory, which can cost millions per day. This is a huge testament to the reliability and speed of the Turkish supply base. Now, sourcing from a closer location is a huge step, for sure, but it isn't the whole story. To truly master your lead time, you need to be in the driver's seat, actively managing your timeline, no matter where your supplier is located. So how do you take control? First, look inward. Measure your own internal purchase order cycle to find and eliminate your own delays. Second, insist on regular progress updates from your supplier. Don't be afraid to ask. Third, be realistic and build a small, strategic time buffer into your project plan. And finally, partner with manufacturers who are experts in export documentation to avoid those paralyzing administrative delays. You see, when you combine all of these steps into a structured sourcing process, one with transparent reporting and hands-on coordination, something really powerful happens. An estimated delivery date transforms into a reliable commitment, something you can actually build your business on. And that brings us to our final and I think most important point. It's time to stop thinking about lead time as just some date on a calendar. It is so much more than that. If there's one thing to take away, it's this. Effective lead time management gives you predictability, and that predictability gives you control, and that control builds confidence. It allows you to make promises to your customers that you know, for a fact, you can keep. It's a measure of your supply chain's health, its efficiency, and ultimately, its resilience in an uncertain world. By actively managing this one variable, you can transform what seems like a simple logistical detail into a true strategic asset. If you're ready to replace uncertainty with predictability, and you want to partner with verified Turkish manufacturers who truly understand the importance of delivering on time, we invite you to explore our spec-to-supplier service at www.ac-tr.com.